And I would like to first of all ask for the meeting. Moved by Councillor Kelly. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. You seem to have a bit of an echo. Maybe I'll give you a chance to. Okay, seems to be fine. Okay. We will go on to the COVID-19 measures. First of all, the measures in place. Mandatory mask wearing when you're moving around, social distancing, etc. And secondly, please make sure you've registered at the front desk upon arrival. I think everyone's done that. Go on to item 3. Simply a statement about the report of the sitting and Facebook Live. We began a practice because of COVID-19 to record our meetings and broadcast them to the public of the Pontiac through Facebook Live, continuing to now that we're meeting in person. And the recording of our meeting will be placed by Colleen Jones on our MRC website tomorrow. And welcome everyone who is watching in on Facebook Live in the Pontiac. Number 4, the declaration, use of the language of your choice. Je rappelle l'importance pour les membres du conseil régional et les autres participants à la séance de s'exprimer librement dans la langue de leur choix. Au besoin, il y aura la présence sur place d'une ressource de la MRC pour assurer une traduction. And in English, I'd like to reiterate the importance for regional council members and other participants in the sitting to express themselves freely in the language of their choice. If necessary, a resource of the MRC will be available to ensure translation. Item number 5, the statement warden, the declaration of decorum. Nous par les gens de Pontiac pour les représenter au mieux de nos capacités. Ils s'attendent à ce que nous menions nos réunions d'une manière professionnelle. J'écouterai très attentivement les débats et les discussions de cette réunion et si j'entends des paroles négatives ou des critiques à l'égard de quelqu'un d'autre, j'arrêterai la réunion et demanderai à cette personne de s'excuser. Je vous remercie. We are elected by the people of the Pontiac to represent them to the best of our ability. They expect us to conduct our meetings in a professional and businesslike manner. I will be listening very carefully to the debate and discussion in this meeting, and if I hear any words of negativity, criticism of anyone else, I will stop the meeting and ask that person to apologize. Thank you. We'll go on to item 6, which is the reading and adoption of the agenda. And I've been advised through our greffier, Travis Ladisser, that, oh, sorry, pardon me. It's for the original council meeting, not the TNO. So could I have a resolution to read and adopt the agenda for TNO? Moved by Councillor in favor, opposed, and that's carried. To remind everyone listening, I'm calling the mayor's councillors for this meeting because apparently I have TNO and everyone else is a councillor. We go on now to number 7. Are there any declarations of conflict of interest on this agenda? Seeing none, on to number 8. I need a resolution to adopt the minutes of the last sitting. Moved by Councillor Beauregard. All those in favor, opposed, and that carries. Number 9. Are there any public questions about the TNO? Number 10. questions from the public. And I've checked with our greffier and Colleen Jones and questions for the TNO agenda. Go to number 11, accounts paid. I'll ask Annie Viancourt to give her report, and then we'll need a resolution. Thanks, Annie.
Okay, for the TNO, we have a total of $108,487.47 in expenses for the last month. Most of that was road maintenance and services to the MRC.
Any questions? I have a resolution to approve this, moved by Councillor Orr. All those in favor, opposed, and that carries. And we're on the final item, which is the closing of the sitting. Could I have a resolution to close our final TNO meeting, moved by Councillor Moffat? All those in favor, opposed, and that carries. Thank you. Now we are going to do the attendance, which will be the same for both meetings. And I'd like to announce that one mayor is absent, and that is Mayor Sandra Murray from Shaw. And Sandra Murray is replaced tonight by her pro-mayor, Patty Moffat from Shawville. Okay, so we'll go now to our council meeting. Final council meeting, October 6th of this term from 2017 to 2021. Could I have a resolution to open the meeting? Moved by Mayor Lynn, in favor, opposed, and that carries. So now I'll go through the attendance, and if you could please say present or present when I call out your name. Winston Sundstrom, Carl Mayer, Brent, Alain Gagnon, Morris Beauregard, Donald Gagnon, John Armstrong, Debbie Laporte, Serge Newberry, Kim Cartibona, Jill Dion is absent, Lynn Cameron, James Gibson. Actually, I'd like to clarify, Mayor Dion is absent because he has his council meeting at the same time, so he had to be there in Mansfield. James Gibson. And Sandra Murray is absent, replaced by Patty Moffat, Doris Ranger, Pauline Lariviere, Karen Kelly, Dave Bernard Waugh, Annie Viancourt, Travis Laddiser, Jason Durand, Kim Lesage, Natasha Gwinnett, Pauline Jones, and Cindy Phillips. Excellent, thank you. Go on to number 2, which is a reminding that because of COVID, we are required by the government to record the sittings. We also have Facebook Live, which we're continuing, and the recording of this meeting will be on the MRC website tomorrow. Number 3, also for information, is the declaration use of the language of your choice. Je rappelle l'importance pour les régionaux et les autres participants à la séance de s'exprimer librement dans la langue de leur choix. Au besoin, il y aura la présence sur place d'une ressource de la MRC pour assurer une traduction. I'd like to reiterate the importance for regional council members and other participants in the sitting to express themselves freely in the language of their choice. If necessary, a resource of the MRC will be available to ensure translation. And the Declaration of Decorum. Nous sommes élus par les gens de Pontiac pour les représenter au mieux de nos capacités. Ils s'attendent à ce que nous menions nos réunions d'une manière professionnelle. J'écouterai très attentivement les débats et les discussions de cette réunion et si j'entends des paroles négatives ou des critiques à l'égard de quelqu'un d'autre, j'arrêterai la réunion et demanderai à cette personne de s'excuser. Je vous remercie. We are elected by the people of Pontiac to represent them to the best of our ability. They expect us to conduct our meetings in a professional and businesslike manner. I will be listening very carefully to the debate and discussion in this meeting, and if I hear any words of negativity or criticism of anyone else, I will stop the meeting and ask that person to apologize. Thank you. Could I have a resolution for the reading and adoption of the agenda? But before that, I've learned Lattiser that Cindy Phillip would like to add. An additional item under donations and sponsorships because of time sensitivity in the end of the term. Okay. Could I have a? Could we please move that addition? With that addition, could I ask for to adopt the agenda as amended? Moved by Mayor Karen Kelly. All those in favor? Opposed, and that's carried. Are there any declarations of conflict of interest on this agenda? We see none. Could I have a resolution to adopt the minutes of our last meeting? Moved by Mayor Donnie Gagnon. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Now we have a presentation tonight, and it's going to begin. I'll give Travis an opportunity to find the pictures. Thank you. These pictures were taken today. And I'd like to first start out by recognizing our Legion in Campbell's Bay, who brought it to my attention through their president, Ron Woodstock, who's here with us tonight, that the cenotaph that we had was leaning and really needed a proper base. And at this point, Kim Lesage met with the Legion representatives and has done an excellent job overseeing the work. And it's almost completed. I think, Kim, there will be some lighting. Is that correct, added? Yes. Okay, so these pictures show, first of all, the actual stone. It says the Canadian Legion in commemoration of their country in time of war from the county of Pontiac. At this point, I'd like to ask Mr. Ron Woodstock to come up. Ron, and say a few words about this.
I'd like to thank the warden, Jane Toller. She's been a big help with getting this monument moved. It was on the other side of the building, I think, before. When they put the addition on, they put it in storage for 2 or 3 years. So it's been reawakened. So we're going to rededicate it on the 24th of October. It's a Sunday. We're going to have a pre-Remembrance Day ceremony with wreaths. We'd really like for as many mayors would like to come and lay a wreath on behalf of their community. We'll have the wreaths there. We'll supply the wreaths. And I guess that's pretty much it. You got to be proud of that monument the way it's sitting now, if you've seen it last year. So it's got a beautiful pad and the flagpoles, and down the road, maybe next summer, we'll get the Legion will put some benches around it, if that's agreeable, for people to come and sit and admire it. So if you can come, and we'll have that on the 24th.
Just before you go, Ron, can you just, first of all, Travis, could you just show the picture with the flags flying? So it's, Ron has advised us on the protocol. It's the Canadian flag and the Quebec flag.
Yeah.
But can you just reiterate what's different?
Flag protocol is the Canadian flag, when there's only 2, goes on the left. It's the Canadian flag protocol. If there's 3, the Canadian flag goes in the middle. Province on the left and whatever on the right.
And can you just explain one last time to the mayors what's important about this cenotaph compared to the others around the Pontiac?
Yeah, this is for the whole Pontiac. as is our Legion. Like people, I come from Danford Lake where Carl is mayor. Everybody calls it the Campbell's Bay Legion. It never was. It's been the Pontiac Legion right from the point. Next summer, we'll have a 75th anniversary. If we last there. With the COVID, who knows? It's difficult because everything we do, or what we do, hopefully, we raise money to keep the Legion going, to keep the Poppy Fund going. The Poppy Fund is totally separated from the Legion. All that money goes into a bank account by itself, and we aren't allowed to spend it till we get permission from the Legion in Montreal, and the command in Montreal. We make a request, and they either approve or disapprove. And we will be giving some of that money away next Wednesday. We're going to have some pictures taken by the newspapers, and I think we're going to be giving away about $6,000. Last year we raised about close to 10,000. So if we can keep the Legion alive, we'll have money to donate to various needs in the Pontiac.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Ron. And Kim, did you want to ask a question?
At 10, quarter to 11 there, and at 11 we'll have the ceremony.
And you said that each mayor, if they come, could lay a wreath?
Yes, we'll supply the wreath.
Okay, good.
I'm trying to get the pipes and drums from Renfrew to come as well. But I don't know with COVID if they haven't answered my call yet, but it would be nice if we could have them. And have all the mayors there, it'd be great. Represents your community as well as mine.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you very much for the invitation. We're all very happy to see the great work, Kim, and for all the advice you gave us from the Legion on. Thank you. So we'll go on to number 9, Wordless report. It's a very short report because our last meeting was not long ago. I attended the task force on English language
for Law 96, the investment committee. After our plenary meeting, we had a budget committee meeting. The obstetrics had a meeting just to talk about the impact of the hiring bonuses that the Premier recently announced. Some of us were at FQM in Quebec City. I attended a meeting of the TDSP this week, and also with Mayor Lynn Cameron, the Fiber-Pickenock board meeting. And also after that, the master plan follow-up, which was being led by Alexandre Savoy-Perron with the consultant John Pierre. Very good input at the meeting. I wanted to just use the rest of my time to simply say that the past 4 years have been, it's been an honor. Thank you to be able to work with all of you, with our staff and with our DG and all 18 mayors. And I just wanted to announce that we do have some mayors that are not seeking re-election, and we just want to recognize them, attribute to them. So James Gibson from Rapide des Joachim, Winston Sundstrom from Lille-Zalumet, David Rochon from Waltham, Gilles Dion from Mansfield, Debbie Laporte from Port Colunge, Serge Newberry from L'Île de Grand Calumet, Pro Warden Kim Cartier-Villeneuve from Otter Lake, Sandra Murray from Shawville, and John Armstrong from Clarendon. And just on behalf of the staff at the MRC, I know you'll all say your own individual best wishes and thank you. But I would just like to say, as the warden, how much I've enjoyed working with all of you. And I wish all of you the very best of success, and I hope in life. And I hope that just because you might not be seeking re-election, probably it's just happened with Gilles Dion. You're going to be the #1 volunteer, and you'll be on all kinds of boards and committees. You'll probably be even busier. But the rest of us that are not mentioned, some have been acclaimed. Congratulations. Some will be running in an election, and that's important. That's democracy, and we'll let people choose. So I just would like to say again, I hope to keep in touch with all of you. You can't spend that much time with people over 4 years, whether you agree or disagree, without I've developed a fondness for all of you. Thank you. So we'll now go on to events. And this is the time where our mayors have an opportunity. Now it's probably going to be fairly uneventful, but we're going to give you a chance to talk about even anything for the rest of the year, or even right up until Christmas, because this is our last time to report for a little while. So I'll take a look at that attendance sheet. Actually, I could just, all right. Now, we're going to pass the microphone, so better to do it that way. I'll just call on each person. So Mayor Winston Sundstrom, Willows Calumet.
Nothing to report.
Okay. Mayor Alain Gagnon Bryson.
Nothing planned.
Okay. Mayor Brent Orr from Bristol.
Nothing planned either.
Okay. From Elena Kaywood, Mayor Carl Mayer.
There's a garage sale at the Bethany Hall this Saturday for the Bethany Hall.
Okay.
That's from noon, from 10 till 2, I think.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. We go up to Mayor James Gibson from Rapide des Joachim.
Nothing to report.
Okay. Mayor David Rochon, Waltham.
Nothing to report.
Okay. Pro Warden Kim Cartier. Oh, pardon me. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. Mayor Serge Newberry, L'Île de Grand Calumet.
Thank you, Jane, but nothing to report.
Okay. Colleen's getting her exercise. Okay. Pro Warden Kim Cartier Villeneuve. Nothing to report. All right. Pardon me. Mayor Lynn Cameron from Portage.
We have nothing to report, but I want to remind everybody that the haunted Nottingwood Haunt is going to be opening Friday.
And where is that?
Litchfield. I think it's Litchfield. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Then we go to Mayor Donnie Gagnon from
Nothing to
Chichester.
report.
All right. Mayor producer, just a minute. Mayor Doris Ranger Sheenborough.
Nothing to report.
Okay. Mayor Debbie Laporte, Fort Collonge.
Nothing to report.
Mayor Colleen LaRiviere from Litchfield.
Nothing to report.
Okay. So then we'll go to Mayor John Armstrong, Clarendon.
Nothing to report.
Mayor Morris Beauregard from Campbell's Bay.
Nothing to report.
Okay. And we go to Pro Mayor Patty Moffat.
Well, we have a lot to report.
Oh, good. Take it away.
Okay, our downtown merchants had a very successful street fair on Saturday, and they have decided to do another event. So they're having actually 2 events. On Saturday, October 30th, they're going to be handing out candy to the kids downtown. Then they are also having a Christmas nighttime street fair, and I believe that is on Saturday, December 2nd, 3rd. I'm not sorry, I don't have my calendar in front of me. So they're doing that, and we are also very excited that activities are starting to start up again. The Lego Club has started at the library. That's a once-a-month thing. They're going to have a kids activity at the Lions Hall. I'm not sure when that's starting, sometime in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, so life is resuming back to normal.
Excellent. Good to hear. Thank you so much. Finally, Mayor Karen Kelly, Thorne.
Nothing overly drastic, but we are having our Remembrance Day ceremony on November the 11th at 11 o'clock
Okay.
at the cenotaph, our cenotaph.
At your cenotaph, yeah.
Yeah.
I should have probably asked Ron Woodstock to give us a rundown. He did mention Shawville to me. Is Shawville on November 11th? Okay. And Lynn Cameron, is Portage having a Remembrance Day service? Do you know? Sometimes it's hoping to.
We're hoping to, yes.
Okay. And anyone else put up your hand? Okay. Over to Debbie Laporte, Fort Collonge. That would be worth. It's going to be on November 11th in Fort Collonge. Okay. Anyone else with Remembrance Day services? Danford, potentially. Okay, great. All right, thanks very much, everyone. And now we will go on to public question period. Is there anyone present who would like to address the council or has a question? Oh, please come up to the microphone if you'd like. And Colleen wanted me to advise everyone that for the sake of the audience and the recording, if you want your voice heard, we do need to use the microphone, not just speaking from the seat. Thank you. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Kim Vance Rive and I'm from Campbell's Bay, and I'm here tonight to talk about the commuter bus that was recently taken away. The bus, the Ottawa bus has been around for over 30 years, a commuter bus. I've been on it since the origin of it. And in January of this year, it had turned into a bus for students going to Thasia and Darcy McGee, and now we've lost our way to go to work. We're a great group that were taking this bus for many years. We all become friends, and this was taken out of context. We have no idea where it came from. I ended up finding out of the blue, contacted our friends from the bus, and nobody knew about this change. I did happen to go in and look at annual reports on their website and see that they had an internal survey done for 200 people, which I don't know what it is. And through this, they found that there was going to be a need for maybe the students going to school at Thasia. But they did is that this bus stop already did have one stop. My children went to Thasia, got off on the bus stop before the hospital in Hull and walked to school. Brought us back to Ottawa. Now what they're making us do is stop at the 148 in Aylmer and take an STO bus to Ottawa. I start work and so do my bus buddies. We all start at 7:30. We're not going to get to work till after 8. We leave at 3:30. The bus picks us up. I'm not going to be able to catch my bus home. I've been working for 35 years at the same spot, as well as all my other travel. They're mostly all workers, which we're all at home right now working, but we're going to need this support really soon. And I know that there's a $37,000 grant that we fought for, us, the people that took this bus. And where is this now? Is it gone towards this bus only going into Gatineau? It's taking us one step back further. I'm going to have to rent a house in Ottawa. I'm supposed to start back to work, 1-2 days a week. I don't have any place to stay. And I'm really, really hoping to open people's eyes on this. We've had students from Ottawa U. The kids take the bus in the morning on Monday and come back on Friday. If they need this bus, they've changed it from a rural route, into a public transit. And that's exactly what they're saying on their financials. So I'm just not understanding why and how they got this information.
Thank you very much. And I think you have opened our eyes because you clarified some things. Are there any questions? I have one question, if you wouldn't mind just answering. How many people are we talking using this?
We always had, on an average day, we were probably about 12 people.
Okay.
There were people on maternity leave. I know this because we have baby showers on this bus. We have wedding showers on this bus. So
it's
it's
a long history. With
yeah,
this.
and they never got a hold of any of the people who traveled on the bus to see how we felt about this. And I don't know what the survey said either. Did they not say that canceling out one bus and just keeping, their financials also said that they had the intention of adding other routes. But
okay, yes. The way it was presented to us was basically that it was an efficiency, that it was a cost savings, to not have to go all the way to Ottawa, that they could turn around faster and go back because they were doing the trip twice a day. But what I can offer, for a short period of time, until the election, and then we don't know after that, but I am on the Trans Call-in board, and I will take your concern and be in touch. Yes, Morris, as the mayor, Morris has talked about this a lot to our council. Okay, that, yes. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Okay, and now we will go on to, also for information, questions from the public. And we have 5 questions. First one. Is from Amy T. from Chapeau. The question, actually, I have a response from the Director General of Calumet Island. The question was, who is responsible for the mess left after culvert replacement on the Chapeau-Pembroke route before the Desjardinville corner? Why has it been left in such a state for months now? Is the municipality going to start covering garage repair bills? Or can we expect this problem to be corrected sooner rather than later when all our cars have damages? The answer is, this question relates to the Pembroke Road, which is an MTQ road, not a municipal road. I agree with your comments since this culvert replacement has been ongoing for months and the holes are atrocious. Our response that we have been giving out to those calling the municipal office regarding this issue is to call MTQ directly to complain, either Campbell's Bay office at 819-648-7000 or by dialing 511. And Alicia has said if the warden wishes to reiterate that information at the public meeting, that would be great. And so that's what I've done. Okay, question 2 is from Pat Guyette in Fort Collunge. Warden Toller, could you provide a copy of the contract with Nova Scotia, number of years, financial amount, mandates, etc.? And there's a response from Jason and did you want to speak on the last item, Mayor Sundstrom?
Go ahead and finish that item.
Oh, you're on this item, okay.
Oh, on the first item, but go ahead and finish that.
So Jason has a response. Would you like to come up, Jason, to the microphone, please? Thanks.
Good evening, everybody. Yes, Jane, to come up to actually the contract itself is not done yet. We have communicated though as well though with the Nova Silva to let them know that we're going to go ahead though with the mandate. However, we've not sat down yet to complete the contract. When it comes to this mandate, we're talking about a couple of months. We're talking about an amount of $23,000 and something for this mandate. So this, I think, responds pretty much to the first question of Mr. Gayet.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Jason. So now we'll go to Mayor Sundstrom back to his comment about the first question.
Well, yes, I would just like to emphasize what our Director General has said, that on Villa Calumet, we have Highway 148, which is a government of Quebec road, and we also have Pembroke Road, which is a government of Quebec road. And that has been a problem for quite a while. But we did get an email recently that it's supposed to be paved on Friday.
Oh, good news. Thanks for adding that, Mayor Sundstrom. So now we will go to question number 3, also from Pat Guyette of Fort Collunge. Monsieur Jason Durand, what other companies did you look at before choosing Nova Silva? What were the deciding factors in choosing Nova Silva? And is restarting one of our sawmill or finding investors a priority in the mandate given to Nova Silva? What were the principal expertise were you mandated to look for to develop our forestry? And you have a response, Jason Durand. Thank you.
Yes. Well, actually, when it comes to the first question, what other companies did I look before choosing Nova Silva? Well, to be honest, the answer is no one. What I mean is, actually, I've been hearing about Nova Silva since I've been working in forestry in the Pontiac for the last 20 years. Nova Silva is a name that's always occurring, always how can I say, is referred. So, and always with a good reputation. So, and I knew as well as they are very familiar with the Pontiac. They have clients in the Pontiac. They have studies they made that they had previous mandate in the Pontiac. So I know they know very well the situation. So for me, I could say it was obvious for me to look in for Nova Silva. So when it comes up to the second question, where the deciding factors in choosing Nova Silva, well, actually it was by picking up the phone and calling them. And I realized by talking about the mandate, if they were sort of interested, I was trying to size them if this would be a mandate appropriate for them. And right away, I felt they were very psyched up by the idea of having this mandate. I felt right away that they were competent to do this mandate. So for all those reasons, that I could say I well connected with and more than one of the staff members of Nova Silva as well. So this was actually for me very decisive to go ahead with Nova Silva. When it comes to restarting one of our sawmills or finding investors a priority in the mandate given to Nova Silva, I would say yes and no. Yes, because I figured this might lead to the opening. We're hoping of a sawmill. However, it's not their mandate for this one to find investors, or how could I say? They're mostly mandated to do an action plan. So in other words, it's tryalize and give us some ideas, to give us some direction where we should go. It's, in other words, it's a first step. This is a previous mandate, we could say. What were the principal expertise were mandated to look for the development of our forestry? This was the last question of Mr. Gayet. I would say in my case, it was following a forestry committee. It was brought up that we needed to, that it was obvious that the MRC didn't have necessarily the time or even all the expertise to take this in our matter. So it was obvious, it was voted anonymously that we could go ahead and finding a firm or a company that could help us doing this mandate of an action plan. So I would say this was actually my mandate to try to find this company. And I would say as well, as a director of territory, as you know, we have the mandate of our TPI. So this summer, I could say we invested with the groupement. We actually spent more than $43,000 in non-commercial treatments. So this made work some people, put our forestry moving, keeping forward. And like I said, and tonight we're going to adopt the PIEI for the TPI, so which is another step forward. So I hope this answers your question, Mr. Gayet.
Thank you very much. That was a complete answer. So then we will go on to question number 4 from Pat Gayet in Port Lunch. Warden Toller, in a recent speech, you said we went up 5 spots in the poorest MRC Panorama Quebec 2020 statistic for 2018, your first year, which is the official government site. Institut de l'Esthétique du Québec says otherwise. Could you provide document that would validate your claim? So the document that I used was provided to by Mamash. I remember talking about it, sharing the news with you because we were pretty excited and impressed last year. And it is the Indice Vitalité Économique Index. And it's based on 3 indicators: quality of life, population increase, and jobs available. So previously, we had been out of 104 MRCs in Quebec. The MRC Pontiac was in position 102 of 104. But what we learned last year is that we are now 96. So we've gone up actually not 5 positions, but 6 positions. And that's a huge improvement compared to Valley de la Gatineau, who was at 103 out of 104. In the same time period, they only went to 102. Quite often we're compared to Valley de la Gatineau. They have a bigger population, but our momentum and growth is greater. And this actually, if Mr. Guyette would be able to see this on his screen. Excellent. Otherwise, be happy to send it to him. Okay, and the final question from Pat Guyette in Fort Collonge. Warden Toller, how many people were evicted from their homes, cottages in the MRC Pontiac because of the flood of 2019? So I spoke to Mayor Dion. He said rather than calling it evicted, he would say evacuated. But here are the numbers that the mayors I've spoken to have given me. Mansfield, approximately 300 homes affected. Fort Collonge, 100. Waltham, about 9. Campbell's Bay, 1. Calumet, 1. And Calumet, Little Calumet, 7. So I think, and pardon me, how many was it? 3. 3 in Campbell's Bay. Thank you, Mayor Beauregard. Okay, so now we go to the number 13, coronavirus update, a follow-up. So I just want to report that as of today, there were plus 12 new cases in the entire Outaouais. And we have in the entire Outaouais 180 active cases. Pontiac MRC has 5 or less total cases, which includes also Pontiac municipality. Historically, we have a total of 403. The vaccination center is still open for a few more weeks, and the passport is being used in bars and restaurants. Do you have anything you'd like to add, our Director General, Bernard Waugh?
No, nothing to report, and we are very pleased to welcome everyone that has to someone at MRC.
The doors are open.
The
Yes,
doors are open.
wonderful. And staff working there. Thank you. Could we go now to finances? Annie Viancourt has a report, and then we'll move a resolution.
Okay, so for the MRC this month, accounts receivables are at $1,182,071.38. Again, most of those are the loans provided to businesses. We have accounts payables for a total of $362,693.13. The larger bills that we paid were Jason Hines Construction, $94,327 for the paving of the parking lot. We also have $107,632 to Nugent Construction for work done on the PPJ. We had some Visage de Géno invoices for different projects. Also, the Credo for the project for les milieux immédiats hydriques, and some training, some water safety training done for the 9 firefighters. So those are the main ones. Then we have in our list of payments done in the last month, a total of $109,749.19. Mostly just grants and from the FRR or culture, and then just the regular maintenance bills. And last one, we had travel expenses for Mayor's Council and Plenary Committee, and that is $900.63.
Thanks, Annie. Are there any questions of Annie? Annie, I have one with that. I didn't ask you in advance to talk about this, but just for the interest of people watching, could you just explain, because it's an election year, how the budget will be done? And I know we've already had one meeting.
Yes, the first meeting was just to look at the main aspects of what we're planning for 2022. There will be another meeting with all the mayors that are able to attend tomorrow evening. After that, we will plan a couple more meetings, but I'm not sure if we'll have another one before the election. It might just be after with the new council, and the adoption will be on November 24th.
Is evening budget meeting by Zoom?
Yes.
Yes, and what time do you know?
6 o'clock.
6 p.m. Okay, very good. So we'll hope as many mayors as possible participating. All right, thank you very much. So we need a resolution to approve this. Moved by Mayor John Armstrong. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. We go on to number 15, the notice of motion and draft bylaw 274-2021, which are the expenses of the MRC Pontiac. This is a notice of motion, and it's Bernard Waugh and Annie Van.
Yeah, we need that notice of motion before adopting budget. That the adoption is scheduled on Wednesday, November 24th. So this item, the draft bylaw that is joined with that notice of motion, someone to give that notice of motion.
It's going to be given by Mayor Donnie Gagnon. Okay, thank you. We'll go on now to economic development. Our Director of Economic Development, Cindy Phillips. 16.1, Development Projects Analysis Committee Recommendations of Resolution.
Under the Regions and Morality Fund from the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing, the Program for Development Projects to Improve Living Environments provides a funding opportunity to local organizations for the implementation of sustainable development projects aimed at improving the quality of life of our citizens. The MRC launched a month-long call for development projects between August 16th and September 15th. We received 7 projects totaling $601,320, of which $390,393 was requested in grants. At this time, I would like to acknowledge the time volunteered by the Analysis Committee, whose members included Mayors Doris Ranger and Debbie Laporte, Mr. Stéphane Labine, Madame Guylaine Marcel, and Mr. Karim Elkirch. The 7 projects were analyzed, and of the 7 projects submitted, 4 were recommended for funding. You therefore have a resolution before you tonight to accept the recommendations, of the Analysis Committee for Development under Component 2 of the Regions and Morality Fund, and to grant funding to the following projects. Autonome Pontiac for community center renovations and building refurbishment, the amount of $49,357.47. The Chapel Recreational Association for a community splash pad project in the amount of $64,107.04. La Fondation des Chutes for electrical and plumbing upgrades, $12,230.61. And Groupe L'Île du Grand Kilomètre for the construction of a monument honoring their roots in $39,639.07 for a total grants of $165,334.19.
Okay, thank you, Cindy. Any questions? Could I have a resolution moved by Mayor Bart? All those in favor, opposed, and that carries. And now we go on to 16.2, adoption of the AEQ Intervention and Resource Allocation Plan, IRAP. Cindy Phillips, a resolution.
Yes. In March of 2020, the Quebec government announced $97.5 million to support the creation of the Accès Entreprises Québec network under the Ministry of Economy and Innovation. This funding ensures businesses have access to high quality support and investment services that are comparable from one region to another while respecting regional specificities. Within the framework of this program, MRCs have been given the funding to hire 2 full-time resources to support entrepreneurship, business recovery, and economic growth. A requirement of the funding is that each MRC must adopt an intervention and resource allocation plan to be submitted to the Ministry of Economy and Innovation for approval. The 2021-2022 plan is presented for adoption by resolution tonight, along with a resolution authorizing the Warden and Director General to sign any and all documents giving effect to the present resolution. Once adopted, the plan will be posted on the MRC website after it is approved by the Ministry.
Okay, very good. Could I have someone move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Colleen LaRiviere. All those in favor, opposed, and that carries. 16.3, request for financial support. Outaouais stands out. A resolution, Cindy.
Yes, a territorial marketing exercise is planned for the entire Outaouais region in order to create a regional identity that will allow the Outaouais to stand out from the rest of Quebec. The project is being led by Espace O under the umbrella of Silex and is a carry forward of work that began a number of years ago. There has been a request of $15,000 contribution from each Outaouais MRC, and our neighboring MRCs have committed to this contribution, and this through the FRR Stream 2 for 2022. So you have a resolution before you tonight to commit $15,000 for the regional territorial marketing process, and that this amount comes from the Stream 2 of the FRR for 2022-2023.
Very good. Any questions? Could I have a resolution moved, please? Moved by Mayor James Gibson. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 16.4, financial support request study of the effects of the resolution. Cindy Phillips.
Yes, we've received a request for a financial contribution of $1,000 from each MRC, again, in the Outaouais region, for a study on the effects of the pandemic for the entire region. This will be overseen by the Gatineau Chamber of Commerce and carried out by the Observatoire de Développement de l'Outaouais, or the ODO, as we know them. So you have a resolution in front of you tonight to approve $1,000 contribution to this study. And again, that the funding come from our Stream 2 of the Regions and Rurality Fund for 2022-2023.
Okay, any questions? Could I have someone move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Serge Newberry. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Go to recommendations, donations, and sponsors. 16.5.1, Excellent Sportive Outaouais. Cindy Phillips.
We have received a request for a gold sponsorship of $1,000 to mark the 5th edition of the Excellent Sportive Outaouais Gala, which will be held virtually on December 8th, 2021. The sponsorship will provide the MRC with a video clip highlighting the exceptional work of a local coach, a local team, and a local sports organization. The contribution will be used, among other things, to award scholarships that go directly to recipients in our community. You have a resolution before you tonight to approve a sponsorship in the amount of $1,000, with $500 to be taken from our donations and sponsorships fund and $500 to be taken from our sports and recreation fund.
Any questions? Moved by Mayor John Gagnon. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 16.6, a recommendation for COVID-19 financial aid. Cindy Phillips and Annie Vining for a resolution.
Yes, we received very recently a request to sponsor the 37th edition of the Christmas celebration for children. This is coming from the Municipality of Grand Cayman Island Recreation Committee. The request is for $250. I want to thank you for adding this to the agenda tonight by making a decision. This allows them to plan for their event, which will take place in December. The activity has become a tradition in their small town. Each year, about 50 children look forward to meeting Santa and receiving a gift. So you have a recommendation before you tonight to award a $250 donation to this event.
Moved by Mayor Serge Newberry. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Does that complete your items?
It does not.
You have one that we've added, correct?
No, that was the one we had.
All right, you have another one.
I do.
Go ahead.
I have one last item under COVID-19 funding.
Okay, pardon me.
So the MRC Pontiac did receive funding from the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing to aid with expenses related to the COVID-19 pandemic. Tonight, I have two recommendations to put forward to Council. The first is regarding technology. Technology and digital transformation are essential in a post-pandemic context and are strongly supported as eligible expenses under the provincial COVID-19 assistance program. The availability of technology and digital transformation support will allow businesses on our territory to adequately serve their customers and carry out their post-COVID-19 recovery efforts. On the recommendation of the Investment Committee of the MRC Pontiac, I propose tonight that $60,000 be made available for a technical support fund for our local businesses. The second recommendation is concerning the safety of our employees, which is of utmost importance as we begin a gradual return to work in the MRC offices. The Economic Development Department, by its very design, is not conducive to respecting social distances and maintaining adequate separation between employees. As such, we received quotes to modify the existing workspaces, excuse me, to improve separation. This will also improve privacy and reduce noise for department staff. An amount of $7,000 is proposed to undertake those modifications. So you have two recommendations before you tonight.
Any questions about anything? Your hand is up to move it. Perfect. Moved by Mayor Ronche. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. You finished, Cindy? Very good. Thank you very much. We will do Julian Gagnon, and this will be managed by our engineer, Kim Lesage. So public safety, 17.1, a requisition of training offered in French. Go ahead, Kim.
So this first resolution is proposed because the École nationale des pompiers du Québec refuses to offer the prevention of psychological impacts on firefighter training and the rules for the use of flashing green light training in English. They've confirmed they do not intend to translate these courses because of the cost of translation. According to data from the 2016 census, 59% of the Pontiac population has English as its first official language, and 42.4% of the same population is unilingual English speaking. Since July 1st, 2021, the prevention of psychological impacts among firefighters training is an integral part of Firefighter 1 training and required to become an active member of the SSC and thus ensure protection of our citizens of the territory and respect of the requirements of the MRC Fire Safety Cover Plan. Therefore, the Fire Safety Committee of the MRC Pontiac recommends that the Regional Council adopts tonight a resolution declaring its disagreement with the non-translation of the training courses offered by the National Fire School of Quebec, the École nationale des pompiers. Therefore, it be proposed that the council tonight ask the National Firefighter School to translate the courses, the two courses mentioned earlier, and to transmit this resolution to other MRCs of Quebec for support to the MSP and to M&A the Pontiac, Mr. Andre Forte.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions? Moved by Mayor Karen Kelly. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 17.2, adoption of the CSP Annual Activity Report 2020-2021. Kim? And actually, pardon me, it's Jim Gibson.
Yeah.
Pardon me, James Gibson, who's the chair of the committee. Yes, go up to the mic, please. That would be great. And Travis Lattiser's name is on this too.
This is a resolution for the CSP Annual Activity Report covering the period of April 2020 to March 2021, which I outlined to the mayors in the plenary meeting.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Are you finished?
Yep.
Okay, that's great. Yes. Any questions? Moved by Mayor Beauregard. All those in favor, opposed, and that's carried.
Next one.
Next
It's
one, yes.
17.3. This is a new program which the CSP are trying to start this year. They would like to have 2 cadets based at Campbell's Bay. This will be a total cost of $20,000, which they're asking that they contribute 50% of this $10,000.
Okay. Any questions? Go ahead, Mayor Beauregard.
I was in the meeting last time. Plus.
Yeah. Maybe Travis can clarify here. Our greffier is going to clarify.
Well, yeah, from what I understand, tonight's resolution that important is more specifically to express the MRC's interest at the idea of being able to partake in this program. So it's a program that's rendered by the Société du Québec. It was basically two cadets who are students who are studying to become police officers, college students, to come be part of the S2 Service Center here in Campbell's Bay and contribute to various activities in the territory of the MRC. And as stated earlier, this resolution is not to define specific financial framework and other details, but just to basically allude to the interest of the council of the idea of being able to get two cadets that would be part of the service center here in Campbell's Bay. So those details would be figured out if we are fundamentally chosen to be part of the cadets program. So tonight is
Thank you for clarifying that.
Thank
So
you.
I don't think there is a problem going ahead and approving this and expressing our interest. Okay, and so who will move this? Moved by Mayor Johnny Gagnon. All those in favor, opposed, and that carries. Thank you very much. And so Kim, under regional infrastructures, 18.1 land access contract for RITS resolution.
In order to make all the tourist information centers compliant, we would like to sign access contracts with the owners of the land where they're located. So in all the entrances to the Pontiac, so there's 5 in total. These are called in French des RIT, des relais d'information touristique. And there's one at the municipality of Alien in Kaywood, and also own that one with the Association Récréative of Danford Lake. There's one in the municipality of Bristol, one in the municipality of Portage, one in Rapide, on land on Association de Chasseurs et Pêcheurs de la Rivière du Moine, and one on the municipality of Îles-aux-Allumettes. The objective of the contracts that we've prepared as part of the commitment of the MRC would be basically to maintain the RITs in good condition, restock the tourist brochures, and ensure that the published information is accurate and up to date, to continue with the development project, and to bear and assume all costs for carrying out maintenance of the relais d'information. As part of the commitment of the owners in the contract, we're asking for them to agree that employees of the MRC would enter the lots for the purpose of making periodic inspections to the RITs to maintain, and that they would maintain the grounds around the RIT structures, including mowing the grass and providing access for visitors. Considering the importance of tourism to our economic prosperity in the Pontiac, considering the importance of developing partnership, and considering in 2020, whereby we took possession of the 5 tourist information centers, it would be proposed to pursue the signing of these contracts for access to the land in order to maintain the 5 information in Pontiac.
Very good. Any questions? Could someone please move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Brent Orr. All those in favor, opposed, and that's carried.
Thank you.
And I'm not sure if it was Mayor Cameron, was it you that had brought that forward as to who was going to be looking after these?
Not the
The
buildings,
kiosks,
they're not
okay.
owned by the
Yeah.
MRC, it's the kiosks, so Pontiac signs, and it has brochures.
I just wanted to give Mayor Cameron some recognition because I remember you raising the. Perfect. Okay, thank you very much, Kim. And now 18.2, snow removal contract 2021-2022.
The tender closed for the snow removal at the MRC buildings, the doors and the parking lot. And it would be proposed to move forward with the proposition from Morin Sable Gravier for a total of 4,000, I can't read from here. 250? 4,250 for the season of 2021,
Plus
2022.
taxes, plus taxes. Okay. Perfect. Any questions about this? Could someone move this resolution, please? Moved by Mayor Beauregard. All those in favor, opposed, and that carries. And Kim, I would just like to say, many members of the public have commented what a difference the new paved parking lot makes. Good
I'm
work.
very happy to have
I think the
finished that
employees,
project.
and mayors
Thank
appreciate
you.
it too. And thank you very much. And the TNO garage is starting when?
The slab construction has begun.
Excellent. Well, really, everything is really spruced up. Good for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we go on now to management of territory with Jason Durand. 19.1, adoption of the Integrated Resource Development Plan, PAIR, a resolution. Go ahead, Jason.
Yes, hello again. This is an option of the PAR for our TPIs, in other words, the Plan d'Aménagement Intégré des Ressources. This was produced by Mr. Vincent Barrette, forest engineer, and this PAI was initially adopted as well by vote at our multi-resource committee. Looking for a resolution to adopt the PAI.
Excellent. Any questions? Could I have someone move adoption? Move Cameron. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 19.2, the PADF 2021 Sustainable Forest Management Program for 2021 to 2024. A resolution, Jason.
Yes, again, this is to accept the renewal of the agreement when it comes to the gestion of the PADF, as well as being the designated MRC to as a delegate for the rest of the Outaouais and the other MRC, and as well to sign this agreement, and finally as well to authorize the DG to sign all connects document to the gestion of this PADF.
Okay, any questions? Could I have someone please move this resolution? Moved by Mayor David Rochon. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. We go on to 19.3, which is the approval amendments to the municipal bylaws regarding the application of collective scope 10 or more. A resolution, and this came from the work of Alexandre Savoie-Perron, who works with Jason, under Jason. Go ahead, Jason.
Yes, again, this is the Sheenborough Municipal Council carried the bylaw on the 10 hectare in the agriculture zone. All municipalities have completed this process that started a few years ago. So resolution.
Excellent. All right, any questions? Okay, moved by Mayor Doris Ranger. All those in favor, opposed, and that carries. 19.4, a bylaw 2021-002, amending the zoning bylaw in Sheenborough. Resolution from Jason and Alex. Go ahead, Jason.
Yes, again, Sheenborough Municipal Council carried as well in order to allow detached homes in zone F16 and F18.
Okay, any questions? Okay, who would like to move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Doris Ranger again. Okay, all those in favor, opposed, and that carries. 19.5, adhésion à la déclaration d'engagement uni pour le climat. Resolution, Jason Durand.
Yes, actually, this is to resolution to accept to be on the declaration of engagement regarding climate change. So this is actually through the UMQs. So by accepting this resolution, gives us access to a platform and tools and tips with concrete actions specifically adapted for municipalities, all regarding climate change.
Excellent. Any questions? Okay, who would like to move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Winston Sundstrom. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you. Great job, Jason. Now we go to miscellaneous 20.1 from Bernard Waugh for information. Article paru au le soleil, la révolution tranquille du développement local.
Yeah, for your information, this is a letter published in the newspaper by the president of the FQM, Mr. Jacques Demers, in which Mr. Demers expresses his appreciation of MRCs, their elected official, the economic development, for their efficiency in managing COVID-19. So just for your information, more than $400 million have been invested and supported, and this money supported more than 11,700 enterprises, all spread on the territory of province of Quebec. So just for your information, I think this is the case here. We have a good, nice, efficient team from economic development, but this is the case also everywhere in Quebec. It's important to mention it, and it comes from the president of the Chocolates.
Very good. Thank you very much, Bernard, for sharing that. And so we don't need to vote on it. So now we come to the end of the meeting. And once again, I just would like to say that seems to be a lot of interest in this election, lots of people running for council and mayors. And I just wish everybody, if you have to go into an election, all the very best and hopefully a successful outcome for all of you. And once again, I'd like to just thank Bernard Roy, the staff of the MRC for doing their usual excellent job. And to you as a group of members, I think that you should all be very proud because we've accomplished a lot of good work and most of the votes are unanimous. So good night and all the best. Thank you. Bye-bye. Yes, I'll have a resolution moved by Pro-Warden Carl. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries.